McDonald's way of self-publishing books. Now, I remember years ago reading an article on McDonald's, and in it had said that when McDonald's would set up a restaurant, the first thing they would do before they would buy any land, they would get some aerial photography done of the town that they were looking to go to. Now, what they would do is when they would get their photography or the photos back, they would sit and study them, and they would have a look and they would see what direction was the town expanding in, what parts of it maybe were dying, were there any new roads, any bypasses, or any kind of major building going on in the future. So what they would do is they would look and have an idea of what direction the town was going in, and then they would buy their plot of land for the restaurant. And then over time, you know, as the new roads came in, as the town got bigger, as the town went out to meet it, it was in a prime position to sell to all those people. Now, I want you to think about that in your own self-publishing business. Have you given any much thought to where you are setting up your little burger stand? You know, the last thing you'd want to do is to set it up where there are no customers going by, or even a handful of customers going by. You need to set it up in a place where there are hungry buyers looking for burgers. So think about that for a moment. If maybe you are finding that, you know, you're not selling many books at the moment, have you set up in the wrong side of town? Has the traffic moved into a different direction? Are you keeping an eye on what's happening in your niche? What new books are coming out, or new authors? Or do you have a kind of general feel that maybe this genre or whatever that you're writing in is dying and it's moving off in a different direction? So sometimes studying the lay of the land, like McDonald's did with those maps, can give you an idea of where you need to go. Now again, if you go back to the self-publishing, if McDonald's did self-publish books, as you're probably well aware, they never sell they never sell less than one thing. You know, when you go to the counter, you're never just handed the fries and saying, right, goodbye. They always ask you, do you want anything else? Do you want anything with that fries? Do you want a drink? And even when you do ask for a drink, they ask you, do you want a larger drink? Or do you want a burger with that? Or whatever it is. Do you want any desserts? Whatever it is, they are constantly adding on more and more and more. And if you take that back to the self-publishing world, how many authors are actually doing that with McDonald's, who are maybe, you know, buying ads and complaining that they're not making enough money on their Amazon ads or the Facebook ads, but yet they are only trying to sell one book to that person. They're not, when that person comes to the end of the book, they're not saying, you know, would you like something else with that? Would you like fries with that? Would you like the box set with like that? Would you like a larger order? And they never do. Unfortunately, they will expect that reader maybe just to find their books, not actually taking the kind of incentive and putting all that out in front of their reader, their customers, on their tray, more or less to speak, and then showing them what is available that they can buy. And again, it's usually a bargain. It's usually only a few pence more, but again, they are constantly trying to drive up how much money they make on each sale. And again too, if you look at McDonald's, they are always trying to make it as convenient as possible. They are trying to make it easy that you don't even need to get out of your car to actually, sell books. So if McDonald's were self-publishing books, they would also have the audio version of the book. They'd make it as lazy as possible for you, that you didn't even need to read the book. They would read the book to you. You just have to sit back, close your eyes and listen to it. And again, you'll find a lot of people who are self-publishing who will never consider creating an audio version of their book, because again, they're not given much consideration, and again, they'll be complaining that they're not making enough money. So whatever it is you are doing in self-publishing, or again, if you're not even self-publishing, even just use kind of McDonald's kind of system, or the things they do things. Get a lay of the land, see what direction the market is going in, and before you actually start doing anything, make sure that there are people going past your door. Again, when it comes to making your orders or selling to your audience or your customers, never try and sell one thing to them. Constantly add little extras on. Do they want a larger meal? Would they like fries with that, or whatever? And you will find then that you will actually make more money per head by adding on these little things. And again too, is there something more convenient you can do for your customer? How can you make it easier for them? Maybe whatever product you're trying to sell, you could say, well, you can read this report, you can watch these videos, and you can do all this yourself, or we have the deluxe service, which is even easier, where we will do all the work for you. Again, think of the drive-through. How can you make it more convenient? How can I make it easier for them to get the results they're looking for, with them taking the least amount of action as possible? So think more McDonald's today. Is there anything you can do to kind of move your business in that direction? Because they have been going for a long time, they've been making a lot of money over the years, so maybe it might be worth studying them rather than your competition, who probably hasn't got a clue what they're doing. So as always, if you'd like to ask me a question, or you'd like me to cover something in an upcoming video, if you want to reach out to barryjmcdonald@gmail.com and ask your question there, or if you'd like to do a search for all this content, do a search for WriteCome, WriteCome.com, and you'll find the content all over the web. And at the moment we have a great free report on the WriteCome site, which is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from your keyboard. So if that intrigues you, if you'd like to test that out, head over to WriteCome, download the free report, give it a go, and I'm sure that you will find at least one of those ways will be suitable to what you're doing. So think more McDonald's today, put it into action, and as always, have a great day. Bye bye.